Hello everybody and welcome back to your next lesson on the private reading project. This is lesson 3 for the silver level of the project, so just double check before we get started and make sure that you've got the correct video for your level. Just to remind us of our plan then, in lesson 1 we talked about how to get started with the project. Last lesson we talked about how to complete the main body of the work. This is lesson 3 and we'll be talking about how to finish off our work. And in the next lesson we'll be talking about taking pride in your work and how to check it against the success criteria to make sure that it's absolutely perfect before you hand it in. So, what is silver level? Just to remind you, it's a 400-word long book review on one of the novels that you have read, or you could also do this as a 5-minute long vlog. You must also create a poster to compare all 3 of the novels that you've read, and the poster must include notes about main characters, setting and key moments. So what are we working on today then? Well, remember that we are including a recommendation, so who would you recommend the book to and why? We're also giving our personal response. We're making a note about the title and author and also the genre of the book. And we're including a note about our favourite moment from the book and why we liked it so much. So far you should already have completed your work on the title and the author and also on the genre of the book. So that means that in today's lesson, what you're going to be focusing on is your personal response and your favourite moment from the book and why. And lastly, a recommendation. So who do you think would like to read this book and why do you think they would enjoy it? Another look then at our structure for the review. We've got our introduction, paragraph 1. That's where we've talked about the title, author and genre of the book and also why you chose it. We've given a short summary of the plot there as well. Paragraph 2 focused on the characters. So who are the main characters of your story and what did you like or dislike about them? Then we went on to discuss setting. So you've given a description of the setting already and also made a note about whether or not you think the setting was realistic. So today we're focusing on our recommendation. So you need to explain who you think would most enjoy these books and why they would like them. And you also need to give your personal response in the final paragraph. And that's where you give us your overall thoughts about the story, including which moment was your favourite, and then give the story a rating out of 5 stars. So you'll see that on your OneNote page you have a full version of the structure of your review, but you also have some sentence starters to help out and a word bank as well if you feel that you need to use it. Okay, brilliant. So remember we're doing this work in 2 parts, so you also have a poster to complete as well. And on our poster we should include pictures of covers, a note on the settings, a mention of our title and author, a note about the main characters of your stories, and a note about the key moments in the stories. So on our poster already we should have added a note about the title and author, a note about the main characters, and a note about the settings. So that means that during today's lesson, the parts that we're going to be focusing on for our poster are making sure that we've got pictures of the book covers or pictures that you think represent the story really well if you can't find book cover pictures, and also a note on the key moments in the stories. So that might look a little bit like this. So you might tell us which part or parts of the stories you thought were the most important and why you think that that part of the story is so important. So remember where you're working on today's work is wherever you decided last lesson you would most like to complete it. So for your review, that might be a Word document, it might be a video, it might be on pages, or perhaps even a PowerPoint. And for your poster, it could be blank paper, it could be the Sketchbook app on your iPad, or it could be the Book Creator app. So wherever you've decided that you'd like to complete your work, you should include the updates to your poster and also to your review wherever you've saved the work from last lesson. So pause the video and try that now. Perfect. So you've reached the end of the lesson. Just remember to speak to your teacher if you need help with anything at all that we've covered during today's class.